on
Welcome to the
on
Fandom Flux. I am the legendary Pingus.
and and Don's response to me sending that to her was no. It's like I read it. uh
I Okay, let's be fair. Of all people who could have such a painfully innocent friend, you probably fit the bill. Like, you would not corrupt that in any way, shape, or form. Not intentionally, at least.
yeah.
It was a mistake to bring her into the Discord.
Well, she wanted to meet more people to have more friends.
That happened.
Those are things that happened.
uh
I love her. She's great, but oh boy.
so you guys see the new Spider-Man trailer?
I did see that, yes.
Now I'm keeping myself blind to it.
It looks alright. It depends on how they play it, but that goes for pretty much all Marvel. It goes for all films in general, really. Let's be fair. Yeah.
Okay.
To not even spoil the trailer.
They're going for a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that all of that is going to work. But I mean, there's an example of it working.
Yeah.
To not go into any spoilers.
Also, more J. Jonah Jameson, please.
Yeah, we got to hear him talk in the thing. He's gonna be there. This trailer actually it leaked, and people were all talking about it, and then they released it like the same day. It like leaked hours before the official release. But I watched it. I'm very excited, but also nervous because Spider-Man movies have a track record with third movies.
Yeah, of threes. Well, they kind of don't actually. There was an example of one third movie,
and then there was two that didn't quite make it to three.
Yeah, that's not really fair to put on third movies if the second one was so blah that no one really wanted to do a third one. That's not really a third movie problem. It's a second movie problem. But it's disheartening to think that now there are a generation of people that will not go, holy shit, it's the real J. Jonah Jameson. They'll go, holy shit, it's Omni-Man. Like, no.
Oh, no. I wasn't even thinking about that.
I mean, on a further depressing note, I don't think Invincible was that popular that that's going to be the new norm.
Oh, it was. It was meme to hell and back. Did you not see all of the memes that happened?
That's a fair point. I have not.
Think, Slicer, think. That's not actually what he says in the scene. But, you know, that's what they
close
made
enough.
it say.
I got what you meant instantly, and that's what matters.
It's one of the... Yeah, it's a fucking Luke, I am your father, even though that's not actually what he said in the scene. It's another one of those where the cultural consciousness has decided, no, it's better if he didn't say that so we can make fun of the line.
This is canon now.
In fairness, that is actually a very historical practice. Like, that absolutely happened to Shakespeare a lot. Like, all of the texts of Shakespeare that we read nowadays are rewrites that cut out a lot of the stuff that people decided were just, well, not very good.
Or problematic, or...
Yeah.
You know,
So that's how he got varnished into being the best writer ever. Because all
Because
of
it's been refined over the years.
yeah, over like 4 centuries. So yeah, that's fun knowledge. That's your fun knowledge for the day, along with the fact that I am now the legendary Pingus.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh.
Discussing Shakespeare and then penises. It's this kind of show. Sorry.
Speaking of Marvel, they had their second episode of What Ifs, which was we didn't get to talk about it before, but like first episode of What Ifs, and it's on Disney Plus. It's every episode is a different sort of what if scenario. The first one was what if Peggy Carter was Captain America. The second one is what if T'Challa was Star Lord.
I think
What
we did
if
talk about the first one, by the way, a little
yeah,
bit.
I think we did. I did. I think I did mention it, but the second one, yeah, it's very, very different.
The T'Challa Star-Lord one? I
Yes,
assume you mean? Yeah,
They-
that seems pretty wild.
they pick up the wrong kid. It basically Yondu outsources the coordinates to his subordinates, and they go and pick up the wrong kid, and it's T'Challa.
In fairness,
And-
that's super realistic. They weren't exactly competent.
No, it's like see two see holes, two hear holes, one eat hole. Exactly right. But this is actually they have for this the original voice actors, the original actors doing the voices, including Chadwick Boseman. He recorded the role of T'Challa before he had passed away. This was recorded long in advance. And that's really cool. It features the Collector as the main villain of this episode.
Huh.
In a lot of things change with T'Challa in charge, and being able to go to space and solve problems. It's overall for the better, except maybe not, because without Peter, ego is still a thing.
And can't be stopped by someone that isn't related to him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless that was also changed somehow.
This particular timeline might be doomed.
It's fine. I'm sure they can just find one of his other kids who he hasn't killed.
But yeah, that was really really good. There was a Pokemon Direct too. They did a whole Pokemon presentation.
It is basically what inspired the Pingus conversation, because Growlithe is now an NTR protagonist.
What?
What?
Those were words you just said. Explain what they mean.
Look at the fucking Imgur link that's in the fucking chat. Like, the very first thing is exactly what I'm talking about. There is a new type of Growlithe for the region, and it has hair over its eyes. So you can't see its eyes.
Right.
Okay, so they announced. Oh, here's some Pokemon Unite stuff. I don't care about
Yeah,
that.
no one cares.
Here's some Pokemon Go stuff. I don't care. Here's some
Pokemon Sex Master stuff. Yeah, no one cares.
Pokemon Sex Master stuff. We're adding Gigantamaxing, and the first person to use it is Leon. Don't you like Leon? I hate Leon. This is the second Leon that has appeared in that game, and each time he appears, he comes up with a game-breaking bonus.
I apologize. It's not Pokemon Sex Masters. It's Pokemon Master Sex.
Yes, I know.
With Pokemon Masters, not Pokemon who are masters of sex. Okay,
I know the
let's
proper
get it
way.
right. We
I
don't
know the
want
proper
to be
way. I said it the way I did out of choice. Okay, and then they showed off Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. which they've updated the shaders on them so they don't look really bad anymore.
There is
It
more
looks
underground stuff. Yay.
more underground stuff
I only care about the underground. What's wrong with me?
with new areas and ways you can set up statues in your secret bases so that you can go and find more Pokemon in the underground or Pokemon at all in
Yeah.
the underground in like these cool areas where they appear not in like wild grass, but they actually appear on the map in the overworld and you can track them down.
I'm gonna get so many fucking colored spheres, man. It's gonna be like level 80. It's gonna be great.
I'm very excited for that. Contests are back. I liked contests in the original, and they're flashier than ever.
Yep.
You can put stickers on Pokeballs again, so they can have all sorts of silly things pop out,
Yeah.
like
They've
the
got fucking
legendary.
mini games for the contest now. I don't remember that being a thing. Like that was
There was some element of minigame. Yeah,
like I remember it was like a sort of pseudo battling contest, but that might have been like uh RSC, not Diamond and Pearl. I didn't play enough Diamond and Pearl to
there were mini games in the contest. Yeah, it was like multiple phases with different little mini games.
well, I look forward to trying that out then. Actually playing the game beyond the underground maybe.
You
It's a
also
pipe
have
dream, but fucking
they also added styles or costumes that you can wear, and they affect both your in-game character and also your chibi sprite, which I find hilarious.
yeah.
Your Pokemon can follow you around. Very Heart Gold, Soul Silver, very nice.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of good things that made me, happy with this. Uh, I don't know if there's gonna be any like additional extra content, like a new post game or something. Because I remember in Ruby and Sapphire remakes, they had the whole Rayquaza special episode. I imagine there's going to be something with because they're not remaking Platinum, so probably
Yeah.
something with
Giratina.
Giratina.
The
I know
Pokemon Devil.
maybe they'll do the frickin' Darkrai event that was cut or wasn't cut but was like very limited, and you can get Darkrai, or maybe
Yeah.
they'll do the Arceus event. There's a lot of like extra legendary Pokemon in that game that you just can't access
Yep.
in the original.
That was probably the worst generation for that, if I remember right.
So I'm hoping all of that's in. I know they're giving out early on. Make sure you sign into that mystery shop thing so you can get yourself a Manaphy for freebies. That Pokemon is like impossible to get nowadays. So
And then we have Pokemon Legends Arceus, Arceus,
yeah.
NTR Growlithe, Hungry Ursaring.
So okay, I was really excited when I was watching this because the frame rate wasn't a slideshow.
Okay, it wasn't a slideshow before either, but
It had some really really bad like
it was a bit
frame
choppy.
drops.
It was a bit choppy, yeah.
There's still frame drops in this, but it's very much overall much smoother. And you can pick so the way it works in that game is you have your hub and you go quests and missions to go survey and observe Pokemon, and you go out into the world and Pokemon can kill you.
Yeah. Like, I say hungry Ursaring. That Ursaring was hungry for blood. Like, it was going to eat that kid.
They will just murder you and cause you to black out.
Presumably get rescued by a squad because it's a whole, like, enterprise for surveying the region and stuff. So,
Yeah. Just cut to like a cutscene where you get knocked out and you're hanging upside down like Luke Skywalker in the ice cave.
oh boy.
Yeah, and in order to initiate a battle, you have to actively throw out the Pokeball that has your Pokemon in it,
Yeah. If
which
if
can
there
be
isn't a Pokemon on the field, you are the target.
yes, which I really like that. That means that in cases where Pokemon are simply just moving too fast towards you, you just have to run and dodge roll out of the way before you can
Yep.
throw your Pokemon. And the whole Pokedex is more complex, so there's additional side objectives for each Pokemon.
Yeah. This is a survey mission. That means you have to actually study the Pokemon. It's not just, hey, I looked at it. Now I know everything there is to know about it. Yeah.
It's like see it do this move so many times, catch it, watch it from the bushes and see what it does, that sort of thing. There's also crafting.
Yeah.
Like you can craft specialty Pokemon balls and other items like revives and stuff.
Yeah. Like, of all things that you could talk about in a Pokemon game, the crafting system is not high on my priority list. Like,
No, it's just I thought that was neat to mention it because it implies that there's things to find out in the world.
I guess.
I'm kind of surprised it took this long for crafting to make it into Pokemon, honestly.
Well, like, modern Pokemon is like, a hyper high tech society where you can just get whatever you want. It's almost post scarcity in how nice and idyllic it is. You don't need to craft things.
Um, Also, the way the battle system works is your speed is now directly tied to how many actions you can take in a row. So, for example, if you are at a much higher speed than your opponent, then you'll be able to make like 2 or 3 attacks in a row before they get a turn.
Oh, so
Oh,
they
so
made speed not
speed
useless.
is yes, thank you. You nailed it exactly. That's how it always should be.
They've also done something really interesting, which is there are sort of modifiers called styles to your attacks. There's probably more than what they shown, but they showed strong style and agile style. Strong style will make an attack do more damage, but will be much slower. So your enemy might get more turns, or you might have to wait a while until you get your next turn.
And
An
temporary lower speed. Yeah.
agile will reduce your damage, but also make you go much faster. So what you can do is like they show an example of agile style for calm mind to get your buff up, and then like attack with your next attack because you got a second turn from going agile style. So you can combo and stuff like that, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's almost adopting some of the anime battle styles of actually stringing together moves in more than, hey, you go, then 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 you go. It's like actually you can do things in sequence that would make sense for you to be able to do them that quickly in sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I'd really like that game to be good. That would be very nice.
I would also like this game to be good.
Like
Um,
it's almost like, Sun and Moon was a little bit similar to this sort of thing. It's almost like a proof of concept. Where it's not really about going around battling strong trainers and proving yourself and becoming the champion and stuff. It's just sort of more exploring the islands and seeing the cool Pokemon and the legendaries and stuff. That seems like what this is going for, but actually going for it instead of half-assing it.
yeah. Something I've noticed is that so far there's no indication of an evil Pokemon team that you have to fight. There's no indication of trainer battles to begin with.
Yeah, like the whole
Uh,
concept is nobody else is fucking there.
it's there's some force that is corrupting and making certain Pokemon super huge with red eyes that want to attack you and murder you. So there's like boss wild Pokemon that you have to fight,
You
and
know
that's where
what?
the you get the Ursaring that's coming around to beat your ass. Yeah.
We talked about Arceus and Giratina before. it would be pretty cool if that's the entire concept.
Yeah.
Is that it's Giratina that's corrupting all the Pokemon and making them evil, and then Arceus comes down and kicks its ass.
The god and devil Pokemon, yeah. That makes sense.
And that's what they're doing for the Arceus and Giratina events for Diamond and Pearl, which is basically putting them in another game. Fuck you.
You also have the Diamond and Pearl remakes and this game will work with Pokemon Home, which means that you can transfer Pokemon between them.
Yeah.
Though I imagine there'll probably be some restrictions. There's not going to be any ranked competitive sort of multiplayer.
Yep.
In either of those two modes.
Yep.
Those two games.
Not that sort of game. Well, Diamond and Pearl, it might have been a thing, but not in Arceus. Legends, I suppose we should call it.
Yeah, it looks really good. They showed the new Pokemon, which is it's the Hisui region because it's not even Sinnoh yet, which was Hisui and Growlithe, which is what you called the NTR protagonist.
Totally is though. Also, he's a good boy. Like, I feel like it's unfair to make him an NTR protagonist when he's such a good boy. Like, you can't be mad at him.
I can kind of see it. I googled a picture of him. Yeah, I can see it.
And also Hisuian Braviary. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. You have access to flying through the air via Braviary, moving quickly across the ground via Weirdeer, which is the evolved form of Stantler. Finally, thank you, Stantler fans. And going quickly through the water via the evolved form of Basculin, known as Basculegion.
Oh, those are cool names. Like
And
Weirdeer because trees and fucking... Or is it Weirdeer, W-E-R-E?
It's W-Y-R.
Oh.
I believe.
That's
If,
even weirder.
Yeah. W-Y-R-D-E-E-R, yeah. I think their types were listed somewhere.
Oh, I get... Yeah, okay. That makes sense to me now, okay. It threw me for a second, but I get it now.
Yeah, also, it's a normal and psychic Pokemon.
Basculegion.
And then Basculegion, which is when the Basculin are trying to swim upstream, up the waterfall, and a lot of them die. The one that makes it fuses with their souls and uses their souls as fuel to burn up and make it to the top.
Okay, well, they're just doing Magikarp again, but alright.
It is a Basculin that is powered by the souls of its fallen brethren, and thus can swim forever without stopping.
I mean, that's a cool concept on top of it, but again, it's just fucking Magikarp, the koi that swims through the Dragon Gate. And like,
that's fine, though. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Those are just a few of them. I imagine we'll get more. So it's a water ghost Pokemon, obviously.
Wait, but, so if you have a Basculin, is that how you have to evolve it? You have to sacrifice 100 of the Basculin?
I heard some people like throwing out ideas like maybe you have to have 6 Basculin in your party and all of them except for one need to be fainted and then level up at night.
That sounds elaborate, but I'd be alright with it.
You need to have dead Basculin. It's important. They've done weirder things. Like, in order to evolve this Pokemon, hold your DS upside down.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
Like, rely on the gyro. But, yeah. The game just looks very fun. Looks like it has a lot of ideas. It looks very different, and I only had one concern, which was I really hope the world's got stuff for me to do, and that it's not just empty.
Well, I mean, the stuff for you to do is study Pokemon, so if it's full of Pokemon, you have stuff to do.
Yeah, I guess. Uh, it's that fear when you get to a new open world game and you expect like one of two things. One is that there's a lot of space here, but not actually that much to do. And then two is there's too much to do. There's just too much.
Hmm.
So you never know which one. But I mean, they also confirmed there's going to be different outfits you can wear. So there's character customization,
Hmm.
which hey, that's pretty nice.
Ancestor Dawn, she's got to look good for her Growlithe bow. Yep. I'm not letting go of this. Never.
So yeah, Diamond Pro remakes are in like a month or two.
Like September,
Um,
yeah.
and then we get the
Legends is January, if memory serves.
January 23rd, I believe. So hey,
It's been a good year for Pokemon.
yeah, there are some people online who are like still upset at the graphics.
I mean, of course they are. Fucking
But
whatever.
like with the art style, there's some genuinely beautiful shots in that trailer.
Oh no,
So
this game on the Switch doesn't run at fucking 4K and 60 FPS. Fuck off. Okay, that's unfair,
mean,
probably, but like,
I
still,
was
even
gonna say, you
1080p
can.
is a bit much for the Switch.
It's
So
not
come
the.
on.
It's not the resolution. It's things like draw distance or texture quality or
It looks fine.
people
population density.
people were comparing it to Breath of the Wild, and that's it. The problem is the Pokemon Game Freak. They don't have 4 or 5 years that they can spend developing one open world game.
Yeah, they are not allowed that kind of freedom. Also, if memory serves, the Zelda game before Breath of the Wild wasn't exactly receiving rave reviews. Like the one before Breath of the Wild was it Spirit Tracks. It might have been Spirit Tracks.
It might have been, yeah.
I think actually,
I mean, there was a remakes, but those don't count because they're fucking remakes.
I think it was Triforce Heroes.
I don't even know what that is.
Triforce
Ugh.
Heroes was the multiplayer top-down Legend of Zelda game on the 3DS.
So you're telling me no one knows what that is? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah. God, I'm so mean
there
to
was
Zelda.
there
But
was some outsourcing.
yeah, like the last. Okay, let's be real. The last real Zelda game didn't do great. Like it was Spirit Tracks and then it was Skyward Sword, and neither of those really wowed anyone that much. Like Zero liked them, but he liked them, not was amazingly awful
I
by
didn't
them.
like Spirit Tracks. I
Yeah.
did not like Spirit Tracks.
So that they needed to course correct and do something interesting. So they got time to stop and do something interesting. Pokemon has never failed.
and even with all the complaining of Sword and Shield, it still sold a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It doesn't have the best reputation for word of mouth, but it still, I assume, sold quite well.
So, yeah, they are suffering from success, I suppose, and will continue to do so as long as. Like, if Legends doesn't do well, if it's not well received, if it doesn't run very well, if it has problems, then they just won't be allowed to do it again, and they'll go back to doing the regular generations. That'll be it. And that'll suck.
Honestly, I think that's probably one of the more innocent problems the gaming industry has. Big companies have also big expectations on their games as well,
Yeah.
regardless of who works there anymore.
Like, if there's something that can be said, at the very... no, it's unfair to give praise for this, but at the very least, Game Freak haven't decided, hey, this game only sold like 8 million copies, so we're gonna take this entire franchise away from you and hand it off to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, which is a horrifyingly common practice in the games industry.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at DMC Devil May Cry. I'm still mad. Like, we got the better game that came after. I'm still fucking mad.
That's fair. Have you played it again recently, by the way?
Which?
DMC?
Not recently, no. I did play the updated
I would recommend
re-release.
going back to it. It's honestly a lot of fun to play. The story is, garbage, but
On its
Sniper
own.
rifle abortion.
Yeah, that... yeah, but, yeah, it's fine to play, is what I would say, and it is disappointing with a Devil May Cry name, is where it stands.
that's fair.
Like, I wouldn't actually classify it as a Devil May Cry game. I would classify it closer to a classic God of War game. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon looks to be good for the rest of the year, and I will eventually place Pokemon Snap because I really want to, but
So, speaking of Pokemon, a lot of my friends have been getting into Digimon and watching the anime actually, despite having
Wow.
never watched it before. And like, wow, this is really good. That really holds up. Watching the sub, I'm like, yeah,
Speaking of Pokemon, remember that other thing that wasn't Pokemon? Yeah.
yeah. It really isn't. Digimon Survive got delayed to next year, and I'm sad.
Oh, that's a shame. He said sarcastically. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
I keep shitting on the things you like. I apologize. I did.
thank you. And on Friday, No More Heroes 3 comes out.
I'm still so shocked that series is still alive.
Yeah, like, I mean, they didn't do terribly. The actual entries in the series, but then when they did that weird interquel thing that was bad, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they recovered from that, but they did. So
Well, the problem is the games themselves are great. It's just they're usually used as tech demos for the 3DS these days. Or not 3DS, the motion control.
yeah.
And that doesn't always work very well, obviously.
Well, I don't know if they were intended as tech demos. It was just a company that was trying to do their damnedest to integrate the new hotness into the game. Like, they had ideas for it, and they, went hard on them. Then they got a little limp, so they had to, like, waggle it a little bit up and down, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Thank
the
you,
thing
Casey.
that's the thing you do to charge a lightsaber. You
Well,
got wanking motion.
every trailer I've seen for the latest friggin' No More Heroes it's just been getting better and better.
Cool.
So looking forward to that. I saw a movie.
Yeah.
Was it Free Guy?
Free Guy.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That was pretty good. It was funny. It was action packed. It had heart. It had Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh.
All you need.
Did you feel like you were being handheld through the entire movie? The writing was about as on the nose as I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's pretty on the nose, but I didn't mind because I had a plate of food in front of me. So
That's fair. Yeah. I just kind of expect that in most movies these days.
Yeah.
And for video game movies, you kind of have to suspend your disbelief of like, things shouldn't. That doesn't work in a video game. What are you doing?
My mom, they needed to handheld hold a little bit because my mom doesn't know what an NPC is.
I can't even wrap my brain around that level of outside influence.
Yeah, like NPC is even like in common vernacular at this point.
She doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, oh no, I believe you.
She doesn't know why they exist either.
Huh. Well, all right then.
Okay.
I'm glad the movie catered to the people like that to feel included.
Yeah. Basic premise for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about.
Hi.
Free Guy is essentially we take the perspective of a guy called Guy. And he has his daily routine of wake up, say hi to his goldfish, get dressed, and go work at the bank. Bank gets robbed, go down and just wait for them to rob the bank and steal everything while you just lay on the ground. And you know what? That's his day.
That's his routine? That happens every day?
Yeah.
He's an NPC in GTA Online, basically.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes more sense. All right.
And all these players have these sunglasses that they wear, and through a series of events, he ends up finding a pair of obtaining a pair of sunglasses, and then he can see all the HUD on everything. And oh, this is this character's player name, and this is their level, and it's like, whoa, this is weird.
Here are all the microtransactions.
Yeah. And
you spent how much for that paint job on your gun?
And he finds
several $100.
And he finds this lady, which is super attractive, the girl of his dreams, and he begins to chase after her. And
that's creepy.
It's less so than that. She's the reason he snaps out of his programming, was because she's singing a song that does stuff.
It's explained.
It's not creepy. I can't explain more for spoiler reasons.
It does stuff to him, does it? All right.
Yeah, that was poorly worded on my part, but it is genuinely really good.
And you kind of cut back and forth between the real world and the game world, and this game may have it's kind of run by a crappy company that may have stolen assets and certain things from a smaller company, and is now being sued for that.
And actively treats its workers and employees and customers like shit.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's PlayerUnknown and whatever the company is that made PUBG?
Or, I mean, handpick modern game company here. I mean, all of them are that by this point.
And I don't want to say more, but it's very good.
I think that wraps up the appeal of it pretty succinctly without spoiling anything.
Yeah. Video gamey, but fun. And I also I dived into a few new gachas, one of which I deleted. And the first one was the Konosuba gacha, which just recently launched. And I started that game up, and it's like, here, roll for your characters. And I'm like, okay, I have a 3-star version of Aqua, and I have a 4-star version of Aqua. And all the graphics and the way the game was laid out reminded me immediately of Princess Connect.
Not familiar.
Which was a gacha game that had released earlier this year that I fell off of pretty hard. And I was like, they're just going to do the same stuff of, you know, segmenting the story chapters into these specific things, and with the problems that I had with that game, so I deleted it.
That's a shame. I thought it was alright. I have been playing
Enjoying
it.
it?
It's alright.
It's a bit of a problem.
It is very menu-y. Like, it is another one of those games where you just hit auto. Not entirely because it's, like... I feel like the real-time battle system is less than ideal for it. Like, where, you know, you have a character that charges up a timer, and then you have to pick which of the 3 pictures you want to use, because it doesn't tell you what they actually do. So if you want to actually know, you have to research that before you start the round. And if you take too long, then the boss's charge just keeps going. So the best thing you can do in that game is have it on auto, because, you know, it will do things immediately and will generally pick the right thing. So kind of discourages you from actually playing it.
That sucks.
Because you're not mechanically fast, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
I ran into another problem, which is I've read the light novel pretty far for Konosuba, and I'm seeing characters I don't recognize.
The plot for the actual game story is 3 new characters that are like idols. Okay. I don't know whether they're in the light novels.
But like, there's these 2 side characters that are like, oh wait, yeah, here's their swimsuit versions, and I'm like, excuse me.
Mia and Melissa, I want to say.
I think that their whole thing was they were like part of another adventuring party.
I think Mia was on Dust's party.
Yeah.
But Melissa, I don't know. I just know she is getting a lot of attention for a character I don't recognize in the slightest.
It's weird. Actually, search this up.
Looking it up, she is actually the #1 meta character in the game. Is Melissa?
Wow. She's an original character.
Oh, okay. Never heard of her. They might have wanted to actually just, you know, not skip all of the game that has happened so far. Like, they just went straight in for exactly what the current game is in other regions.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
Yeah. Like, the current summer event that's going on, that's a thing that is going on elsewhere, is my understanding. So they just kind of skipped everything that came before now. Which
I can see the appeal of that, so you don't have to, you know, babysit old copies of the game, basically. But it's important.
I mean, honestly, I actually like that we get the delay on it, on like Fate Go and stuff, for multiple reasons. Partially because it gives you the actual experience of playing the game through from the beginning, but also, well, I mean, also because it means you don't skip the event, so you don't skip the welfare characters, because that would suck. And it gives a preview of what the game will actually have in upcoming months. So,
yeah,
you know,
so you can F2P it better.
Yeah, so if, say, for example, an incredibly difficult to get meta character happens to show up on a banner, you have a long time to prepare for that.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice to have. There are a lot of positives to having that kind of delay for other servers, and they just decided, nah, we'd rather not do that and make this way harder on ourselves, because now we have to translate everything as it happens. Which, you know, for a game that just released globally entirely at once, like Genshin, like, that was in every region at the start. that makes sense. But if you're doing a slow rollout, like region to region, like they did Japan, obviously, and I think they did China, and now they're doing the global version, if you can do the delayed version, it's probably better from a business standpoint because it gives you time to prepare the translations and implement them, and also from a player standpoint because it means they can actually plan and know what's coming.
Especially important for games with rolling or gotcha elements where resources are limited and take just time to build up more of.
In that sense, it's probably actually better from a business standpoint because it means, hey, this super important character is now on a banner. They will be gone in 2 weeks. If you don't have the resources to get them now, maybe you should buy some more.
Yeah, I don't know how the math would work out on that based on... Yeah, they would sell to the easily swayed, but eventually people would get sick of that. The negative rep of your game would outpace the positive sales.
Yeah, like...
If you just start rushing exclusive character after exclusive character.
I'm kind of talking myself out of continuing to play this game because there's not much that's interesting to it. It's like literally, it's the same as most gacha games, only without any interesting gameplay.
Yeah.
Why are you playing it?
Like I said, I felt it was the same stuff as Princess Connect, which I dropped, and that's why I dropped.
I'm playing it for the same reason that anyone plays any of these games. The numbers go up.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yep.
I feel like there are better numbers you could be seeing going up.
Yeah, but it draws you in, and then it does its best to hold you with every possible exploit that they can think of. And that's what happens. And then I get onto a podcast like this one and talk about it and realize, oh shit, this is actually really shallow and doesn't have anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm glad we could be yours eyeglasses or something.
That's how I felt when I was talking about the Nier game, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually not playing that game anymore.
Yeah, I was the same. I have uninstalled it since we last talked about it. I might still be on there actually, but I haven't played it.
I also decided to try another gacha game which just had a global release, and that is Mega Man X Dive.
Oh, thank God I don't even have to look at this one. Oh. It's nice to hear about a franchise I literally don't have to give a shit about, so I won't get sucked in.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's just Mega Man.
Okay.
Like, you pick your character. You can get, like, some of the... Just by playing through the story, you get A-rank characters for pretty much for free. And you also, I think there's a login bonus, so you get 2 S-rank vouchers to get potentially 2 different S-rank characters. I got the Mega Man in his ultimate armor from Mega Man X1, and Cinnamon from Mega Man X Command Mission, which it's interesting because they need more characters for you to play as, so they just grabbed from Command Mission, which is the it was on like the PS2. It's an RPG style Mega Man game. It's one that I actually rented a lot from Blockbuster when I was a kid because I really liked it. It doesn't hold up so much anymore. And I've just been playing as Zero in that game. And
as you would.
Yeah. And you pick your different types of weapons. The thing is, with characters, you can play as pretty much any character because stats are linked to weapons, not characters. Characters, all they get are like different skills and certain other like bonuses, like passives. But I can have way more fun playing as my A rank than my S rank because I like that playstyle more. And you're just playing through Mega Man levels. That's it. You gotta upgrade your like stats to go with the rising challenges of things, but if your stats match up well enough, then you should just be able to easily play through it like a Mega Man game. If they don't match up enough and you're within a reasonable range, you can still play through it. You just gotta be good at dodging, like a Mega Man game. It's just a platformer action game that's That's all I needed out of it.
Hmm.
I'm not going to spend any money. I haven't spent any money on it, but whenever I feel like playing Mega Man, it's the only new Mega Man game being made.
It
That
would
that's
be
the,
it would be cool if they decided to do a stupid gag banner for like April 1st and put in some of the gag Mega Man characters that like comic artists created. Because that was a thing back in the day, webcomics deciding, hey, Mega Man villains are literally just noun man, so let's put in some stupid nouns and make gag characters.
it's okay.
Some
Like
of those are even canon.
I you can see all the characters that are currently in the game because you can see like previews and such, and they have like a Halloween version of Vile where he looks like a freaking vampire and it's sick. I'll send that. This guy is normally in the purple armor. He's kind of just this villain from early on, and they have like different variations. There we go. Look at this. Put him in red armor.
Vampire robot. It's nonsense,
Vampire
but I love it.
With a little pumpkin cannon.
Oh, so he's also Green Goblin. Well, Hobgoblin, I guess, with the color scheme.
And they have like the Mega Man Legends Mega Man Volnut. They have an alternative where he is basically breaking the law and he wears sunglasses and has a suitcase filled with money and he runs things over with a car.
Is it okay? That suit looks a little darker to me. Is that a reference to the Mega Man game where you could do the evil thing, get a bunch of money, and then your suit would get darker?
Yes. That is exactly it. He's kicking a vending machine that breaks and the cops start coming.
Nice.
And like that's the S rank version of Mega Man Volnut, which you can get you can get all the basic Mega Man characters from across this different series just by playing through the game normally and going through the story. It's just if you want the super powered versions of them, that's the why you would roll in the gacha, which you really don't need to. But yeah, I've actually been having fun with that. There's also I don't know if you guys saw, but the HoloLive next generation of HoloLive EN people debuted.
So Zero is taking all of my topics this week. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just, this is all stuff that happened.
It's all stuff that we can talk about, so I'm not going to complain, but I'm complaining because I'm a shithead.
Just when your week comes up, it might be a little short.
Just a little bit.
In fairness, mine got shorter. So.
All right, Casey, would you like to start talking about this then?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, the pity throw.
Okay. Well, they showed off each of there's like a slight delay for a day, but all the next generation of HoloLive EN, the Council.
Except the mysterious sixth character.
Yes.
I've been told there's a Time Lord.
There is the manifestation of time, yes. Amelia Watson is already the time-traveling detective Time Lord, in a sense. But you have...
So we have the Council of Existence, basically. We have Space, named Sana, who is a dark-skinned girl with gigantic boobs. She's Australian, I think.
Yes, she is
which
Australian.
Makes sense because there is a lot of empty space in Australia. It's not even a joke.
Ceres Fauna, who is the embodiment of nature. She is very soft-spoken, very very soft. Also yandere a bit, just a bit. We have Crony, Ordo Crony, who is time.
Yep.
And who Amelia is running from for breaking the rules and time traveling all the time. And her artist is Wada Arco of Fate Extra fame.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, she has a really smooth voice. Like she's very cool, Crony. And she recently did a stream of 12 minutes. And she got a bit frustrated, but enjoyable to watch. There's Nanashi Mume, who is civilization and forgets everything all the time.
She's awesome.
She's very, very cute, very shy.
Yeah.
And then there's Bells Hakos or Hakos. But you can just call her Bells, or as she says, her nickname is Bay.
Yeah, it's Bales, by the way.
Bales.
Like the devil. Bales.
She said it was pronounced Bales, though. Or Bells. In her stream, she said, call me Bells.
Then why would she want them to call her Bay?
As a nickname.
There's a lack of consistency here that is consistent with chaos.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate because she's supposed to be inconsistent. And if she's consistent in something, then she's not inconsistent, which makes it a consistent inconsistency in consistency. So that's...
So she's chaos.
Yeah, that works.
And she's the leader of the council. And then they show off the mysterious sixth one, which is Omega Alpha, who we know very little about.
There are Virgil jokes already happening.
Although I did see a tweet where Amelia Watson sent her a DM that said Omega D's nuts. And then Omega Alpha replied, "You were in the wrong department, detective." To which she was like, "Oops, my B." Yeah. Very cute girls.
That sounds like fun, honestly. Yeah. I'll have to binge watch their debuts at some point.
Favorite joke I made today was they were discussing like, hey, if Crony is time, then what parts of her represent like past, present, and future? And Mume was like, past is the butt because that's behind her. That makes sense. So that makes the boobs the future. Boobs are our future. And the present is her legs because time is constantly marching on.
I also saw, because she has ribbons for her earrings, that those are the present. That Mume said, I believe. Yeah.
I can't determine if the leg thing being present is clever or terrible. I'm gonna settle on both.
Both. That's why it's great.
If you're gonna watch them, watch their debuts in order, because they actually link up to each other.
I have to assume someone has made a mega compilation at this point.
Yeah. Well, they blow up the Earth a few times in the process of debuting.
I mean, it just happens.
Kasana's real size is bigger than the sun.
Hey, do you want to see it? And then, yeah.
Pulls off her size limiter, sends the Earth hurtling into the sun. Yeah.
Also, her boobs are apparently the size of Jupiter, each.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know. Guess that makes her Jacob.
I get it. Yeah. I was looking on Twitter, and Callie's just like, "Oh, hey, Chaos! Thanks for helping me out, because I'm death. Oh, hey, Nature! Thanks for helping me out. Time! Hey, what's up?"
Space, you haven't helped me up that much, but there's a few, so thanks.
Civilization, hey. Um, yeah, I watched those and watched they did other streams afterwards, and I watched a little bit of that.
Hmm.
But I saw Gura was very happy because she has more friends to play games with,
Yeah.
so that's nice. Uh, what else happened? I feel. Oh yeah. Almost forgot. Today is my first day of master's program, getting my teaching credential.
Oh, sweet.
You saying
The
a mastering?
it's a master's of teaching.
Ah, okay.
Um, and I get my credential like three-quarters of the way through that. And then once I'm teaching and everything, I can come back within like 7 years to do my final semester and get a master's degree.
Hmm.
So that's all, part of the program.
Yeah. I
So
I assume that's part of well, I don't actually know. Like based on how American schools would do it. Like over here that would be part of how you would go towards getting like a head of department position or something.
it's it's a lot of work to become a teacher, a lot more than most other professions. And, you know, first day of class is today. It's like a 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.,
Hmm.
like once per week class.
Night
And I'll have
courses
to,
because they expect you to probably be working during. I
I'll,
imagine.
yeah, I'll be observing in classes later on and then assisting and then student teaching next year.
Hmm. Cool.
So, yeah, moving forward with that. Uh, Still have a little bit of homework to do before the classes even start. Just a little bit.
Hmm.
It's just reading, basically.
Reading, and then I got to reply to some posts in this discussion forum thing.
Oh, something like that.
Yeah. And, that's it. But I already did most of the reading anyways. But yeah, that's about it for me. Uh Sorry to steal all the topics.
Hmm. So
It
Gura did
happens.
a stream as Evil Gura.
Oh, I saw that.
That was cool.
Was it the singing one?
Yeah, where she sang Sabaton, which
Hmm.
was pretty good, and got me to listen to that entire album, and it's really good. Like, yeah, it's cool. I have not listened to Sabaton before. That is not a thing that I have done, despite the memes. Yeah, it's a good album. Um, yeah, I don't actually have anything else to say about that. I just wanted to bring up listening to Sabaton. There's some really good songs in there. Also, a cover of Camouflage, which was a really strange thing to hear in like an album that is all about different historical like wars and such, and then you get this one song that's basically a Vietnam ghost story kind of thing. Like it's a cover of a song by Stan Ridgewell, I want to say, who did some other stuff in a band that no one ever remembers. Um, but yeah, it was sort of a um, country twinge, sort of southern, like kind of a Credence style thing, a little bit, but a bit more modern. And yeah, it was just a weird ghost story that got thrown into an album of historical war. And, weird, but all right,
Huh.
fair enough.
All right. Is it good?
The original's better. I will say that much. The metal style does not suit the song, so not really their fault. But if you take it as an homage to someone that did something very similar to what they're doing, it's pretty cool, pretty good. What else was I gonna mention. I have played less Dragon Quest XI than I have the previous week. Time. Had to sort out my taxes and all that shit this week, so that was
fun.
Yeah, time consuming, but it's done, so it's out of the way. I am sitting on 4,000 words of a commission of a chapter that I thought would be about 3,500, so that's late.
Oh,
but you know, it's
at least it's more than the customer expected. So
yeah, that's a plus. Yeah, but that is for someone who has been very patient with me not getting his stuff done on time. So I'm going to endeavor to get that back to weekly like it's supposed to be. Aside from all of that, what else? I don't think I did much else, to be honest. I watched highlight reel of Joseph Anderson playing Persona 4 Golden, which was interesting. It was interesting in the sense of, wow, being analytical while playing a game means you absolutely can't enjoy a game as much, which was something I knew, but is good and also depressing to have confirmation. So yeah, remember when we used to review episodes of shows, Zero?
Yeah.
And we always hated what the other person picked because we had to be super analytical because that was the important part of the show. Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just turn your brain off and enjoy something for what it is.
It's not even turning your brain off. It's the not having to completely switch your brain on and hyper focus on all of the details of the show.
And most people don't focus on that many details clinically while they watch something, unless they're in the mindset for it. That's why certain people can't enjoy media. Yeah. They can't turn that off. That's just their default.
Yeah. That's a very teenage thing, I feel. Like, when you're, say, 12 to 17, 18, where you watch a show and you're like, this is stupid. Like, everyone knows what's going to happen. It's so obvious that, that person's going to die because they're stupid and they are running away from the killer. This is ridiculous. And yeah, okay, thank you for pointing out the very obvious, but you can still enjoy it even knowing what's going to happen. Like, that is the downfall of that sort of analytical thinking. Like, you can't enjoy a scene for what it is. Like, there was the Persona 4. Let's say the scene where a character dies, a very prominent character, and he goes, okay, there is not a single chance that this character will stay dead. Okay. Doesn't really say anything about how good the scene was, though, because it was a very good and impactful scene, but all you can focus on is that the writer is trying to make you feel sad, even though they're going to bait and switch. Okay, that's fine, but was it any good, though? Was it actually effective in tugging on the heartstrings? And that's the kind of detail. It's an important detail, and it's a detail that can get lost when you're being analytical, because you are not being in the mindset and letting yourself invest in what you're watching or experiencing.
And it's really easy to dislike something when you're that detached and you just can't bring yourself to connect with a piece of media.
Yeah. So that was an interesting experience watching that. As someone who has done something similar and kind of fucking gets it. It's unfortunate. I don't think I did much else aside from all of the things that Zero talked about. You fuck. Yeah. So that's my week. How you doing, Slice? You good? You watched Free Guy as well,
yeah.
so
Yeah, and that is absolutely one of those movies that it's not unpredictable by any means. Like if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, you can guess where things are going to go. But it's a spectacle movie. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that was oddly fitting that we talked about that and then a movie that fit it so well.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing to know where the story is going. Like, famous example, Romeo and Juliet literally tells you the ending in the first 5 seconds. Hey, our protagonists are going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, so
in fact, hey, our protagonists are going to commit suicide. That is literally explicitly stated in the first 5 seconds.
So yeah, saw that movie. Very good. Saw that yesterday. I got a friend of mine Dishonored 1, and I kind of forgot how good that game was, so I will probably be replaying those 2 games at some point. Because I don't think I actually finished Dishonored 2. It's not that I didn't like it, I just like something else came along and stole my attention.
Yeah. Don't get a lot of games like those nowadays.
Yeah.
There was an attempt at a revival, and Dishonored was part of that. But so many of the games were shit and didn't really understand the appeal. So
the revival kind of falls apart when the food on display is rancid.
Yeah. I think Prey was the last really, really good one that we got of those.
Like, do you mean like action stealth style?
No,
games?
I mean like just sort of being presented with a situation and you have like a half dozen ways to solve it and you go around with your own methods, that sort of thing.
Ah, gotcha. That's fair. Since I beat Borderlands 3, I saved the Love, Death, and Tentacles DLC for last, and oh boy, that was totally worth it. That's such a good DLC. Then again, all of them are pretty good, so fair enough.
Which one was that? Was that the
Marriage of Hammerlock and
the one's got Gage in it?
Oh my god. Yeah, she's a wedding planner now.
Yeah, it's less fun.
Which means that none of the Vault Hunters from the second game are still Vault Hunters.
Yeah, that makes
the ones that are alive. The ones that are alive, anyway. So, yeah, my boy Axton got done dirty. That's for sure. It's the 2-bit D-list celebrity podcast announcer or something. First opinion, because I fucking hate the DLC that he was in.
Oh wow!
They didn't get actual adventure. It's just you.
Okay, there we go. That was weird.
What's up? Did I start cutting out?
Your mic is switching modes or something.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be doing that. I don't have any other microphones that are
check the table.
active. The microphone was coming unplugged.
Yep, I called it. Yes.
Good job. What all came through before I cut off?
You were talking about Axton and how he got done dirty, and then it was sort of hard to focus on what you were saying after that.
Gotcha. They tried to do a battle royale mode in a single player game because I don't think you can go into it multiplayer. And it wouldn't be too bad, except for when you drop into this map, you drop in with literally no equipment, and all of your skills don't work. So you are essentially the same character every time you drop in, except you don't have anything. So it's not good, is what I'm saying. And there's no actual story attached. It's just Axton and the Gunzerker character, whose name I forget, doing the announcing.
Salvador,
that's it.
Yeah. I feel like at this point maybe developers need to learn, hey, just because Battle Royale is the new hotness, don't put it in every fucking game, please.
I think the issue was that they did the thing where they make a joke of like, haha, it would be funny if we made you do that, and then they made you do it.
Yeah.
like climbing a radio tower in, I think, Far Cry 5. They do it once, and they're like, haha, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we're
And
not
then
going to
it's
make
not
you
a thing.
climb every tower in the county, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
I actually enjoyed that because obviously that was a thing in 4, and I think
That
3
was
as
a
well.
thing in 3 and 4 and every Assassin's Creed game and every Watch Dogs game. Yeah, that was the formula, and that's why they were making fun of it. It's a joke, and it is amusing because they're making fun of the fact that they're complete fucking hacks, and it took them this long to realize, hey, we've been doing the same thing for like 20 fucking games. So
Yeah. Hey, we just now realized you guys don't actually like this. So we're going to laugh about it and pretend we didn't force you to do it. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I beat Borderlands 3 and did all of this optional content. And so I went back and started playing Borderlands 2. I grabbed the Handsome Jack collection for like $4.
Yeah. 2.
And oh boy, I forgot how bad the skill trees are in Borderlands 2.
Okay, yeah.
They're really bad.
But still, it's the good game of the 3. Of the 4.
Story-wise, I can, with distance, it's kind of a flip of 3. The gameplay is functional. The story is great. I'm really invested in the story, and all of the side quests are great. But oh boy, is it interesting to play. All the guns feel like ass.
What class are you playing?
Gunzerker.
Which is
I should have just played
Axton.
Axton.
What the guns are. Yeah.
I should have just played Axton because all of his skills I know for a fact are mostly passive. So that would have been nice. But I wanted to do something different. I initially started playing Krieg, but oh god, I don't know if you've seen his skills, but they're real bad. They don't even work together.
Yeah. I recommend Gage. Gage is a very fun experience to play. Like,
she's great. I played her for a while, but the stacking thing with your guns and makes it more inaccurate but more powerful.
Yeah.
That bothers me after a while.
It's so good though. It's so fun.
It is a lot of fun. I'll give you that.
Like, but, only 1 in 6 bullets goes even vaguely in the right direction, but if anything hits, it dies. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Eventually, you just get your stack so high, you're basically shooting behind yourself.
Yeah.
It's real bad. In the accuracy department, it's really fun.
Sniper rifles, you don't even see the bullet when you're scoped in.
Yeah.
It's just not even close.
It's good stuff. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, actually. I can attest now firsthand that Borderlands 2, fantastic game, holds up really great.
Yeah. God,
and I did make a discovery about Borderlands 3. They pretty much abandoned the golden keys mechanic. Instead, they added in keys, instead they added in a vault card level, which is just another thing you get experience for once you reach max level. And every time you level that, you get access to a key, which can give you points to unlock additional things, or iridium, or a diamond key, where you unlock a room that has a bunch of unique equipment in it. So yeah, it was weird to just. I had 47 keys saved up from just casually browsing Twitter and entering all the codes.
Yeah, the shift code keys. Yeah.
Yeah, had a bunch of those built up. So I hit max level and burned through all those.
Yeah, I've still got like 100 of those because, practically speaking, you don't actually use them. Like, why?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, there's not really a
point. If you use them before you hit max level, it's a waste. So.
Yeah. Or you could just, use like hacking tools to give you the guns that you fucking want because you don't want to farm for like 20 hours. Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah. That was fun. I want to play it again. God damn it.
Yeah. Good stuff. But let's see, I played that. I'm playing that, I suppose. I'm not even very far in Borderlands 2. I was also playing Dragon Quest XI because that arrived.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying about the voices and things. It's such a weird new experience, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Everyone is so charming.
Yeah. You're right.
Eric being the only character that sounds like an American still makes me mildly uncomfortable, but it's fine.
I think I met one other recently. I forget who he was.
Was he also a thief or a criminal of some form?
Don't think so, no.
Oh, that's good. Okay. That's
he was a prize fighter. That was it. He was a prize fighter.
Oh wait, was he the Octagonia or whatever it was?
I think he was American.
Your partner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds alright. He was cool. I've gotten past that world. I'm aware of things.
Yeah, it's cool. Cool is an interesting word to describe for.
It's fine.
He likes spiders. That's respectable.
He's also really handsome and really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you need in life.
Don't do drugs, kids.
He did it for kids.
Anyway, just sort of dancing around spoilers there.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah.
There was one other thing I wanted to talk about Dragon Quest XI that I forgot to talk about last week because I was so invested in talking about how great it was. The music is the one downside. Yes, I know about the orchestral soundtrack that it added for the re-release. It doesn't help. Like, it sounds like there are 5 tracks, and they get very repetitive.
I'll admit I have noticed that. Yeah, the soundtrack is very samey. Also, really loud.
Yeah.
Like, compared to all the rest of the things in the game, I had to turn down the music volume.
Yeah. That is the one major downside I've found is the very repetitive music. And the one minor downside is maybe the combat gets a little repetitive after the 30-hour mark. So that's take that.
Yeah, I found out real fast I could turn my main character onto AI controlled as well. Like, you can set your party members to choose wisely, act without mercy, conserve MP, focus on healing. Like, it's subsets like that. And so my main character just hits things really, really hard. I haven't controlled my character in anything but a boss fight in hours.
Yeah, I should really just set that too, because a lot of it I end up just mashing A to just button through it. It would be nice if it was just like a straightforward auto button like Persona has, where you just hit the button.
It would be nice to speed up.
Everyone will just attack. They won't do anything special. They'll just attack over and over again. That would be nice, but.
Supposedly, if you hold O and X, or whatever the equivalent is on your controller, I think it's only on PlayStation, it'll skip through the menus faster as well. But I haven't actually tested that out.
Yeah.
Also, in the menus, there is a 4x speed button, if you haven't found that yet.
I found very fast.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, there's like normal fast and then very fast. I think that's what I've been using.
And I really can't. I mean, the music's kind of samey. The combat is a little boring, I'll admit, but it's an RPG. What do you expect? I can't really think of anything I can really complain about the game. It's just an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. I like the crafting mechanics. Like, they're pretty simple and straightforward, but I found enjoyment in them.
Yeah, I appreciate the ability to, one, make new items and then refine the ones you already have. And those systems work really well together. For those without context, whenever you make an item, you get perfectionist pearls, I believe they're called.
Yep.
And you can go in and refine items you already have or have previously made to turn them from a baseline item to a 1+1, +2, or +3.
Yep. And the game also keeps track of the items you, 1, make, and 2, perfect. So, that is a thing I'm probably going to go through at some point and just perfect all the items, because I found myself really liking that game mechanic.
That's fair.
And you can.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it feels like the higher level your crafting is, the more lucky you are of getting those perfect hits.
Yes.
So low-level items become very easy to make perfectly.
Yep. That is very true. Also,
that's
the
good.
fact that you can, use all of your special techniques that you get over time as you level up. So,
yeah, like you can hit 4 scores at once. You can hit 1 at 3 times strength.
Yeah.
A lightning hit, which is just like a little tap.
Yeah.
Little tappy tap.
Little tippy tap tap.
That lightning tap is real expensive, though.
It is, but that's
the focus cost of using that at low levels is rough.
That's the thing when you have everything all set up, and then you just want just a little more to maybe get that perfect chevron, fucking diamond thingy.
I'm glad you don't need that, though.
Yeah.
You can still make things when they're just items.
You can still make things when it's like not perfect. Like you don't even have to hit the green sections for everything. Like there's still a chance it'll be fine.
I was recently refining a sword, I think yesterday, right before I went to bed, and I actually ruined the middle section of the sword. And then I got a perfect on the top and the bottom, and it still made a +3. I was really happy.
Yeah. Because it's like chance based. So if you fuck up one of the sections, but you also get a perfect on one of the sections, I think it balances out. So it counts.
Yeah, I think so.
And that'll give you a chance of either a +1 or a +2, and it's chance based what you get. So if you get more perfections than you get fucked up sections, and everything else is like there isn't anything else, then it just increases your chance to a +3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that mechanic. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's so simple, but
it's satisfying.
Yeah.
It's just satisfying. There's also skill. There's a measure of skill involved of like eyeballing, okay, this needs this much focus. I need a double hit, not a triple hit.
Yeah, just sort of because it works on the temperature of the forge. So if the temperature is lower, then it will do less every time you hit it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of details to take into account and stuff. So it's, it's not really a strategy. It's sort of a casual strategy game, if you want to call it anything.
Yeah. There's some there, but you can... I've ignored temperature for the most part. It doesn't make that much of a difference in my experience. I got really lucky in a section I ruined had cooled off on me, so that was nice.
Mm. Yeah, that can happen too.
So I think that's really it I've done this week. I've recently been watching a lot of book reviews on YouTube, because that's the other form of long form video content, which I need a lot of these days.
Very useful. A lot of time consuming.
Very. I think I've just done reviews of Onision's 3 books alone. I've gotten like 9 hours of content on.
Wait.
So that's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, he made 3 books. They're real bad.
Oh, that's not surprising. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's not a name I like to hear.
If you have a few hours that you want to kill, there are many videos you can watch.
For that, I don't.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fair. More than he deserves. That's for sure. Yeah, I think that's my week.
Yeah. When is it? It's fucking end of August, so nothing interesting is happening. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of an episode.
Woo!
Hey Zero, you still with us after spending way too long talking about Dragon Quest? I apologize.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. That's fine.
I once Borderlands was mentioned, I just tuned out.
That's fine. Do you not like it, or you just never played it?
I've never really played it. No, I don't have anything to say.
That's fair.
I do.
I can attest to yeah. I mean, pick up the Handsome Jack collection. Really cheap these days. And it's the full version of the game, although you need to get the Lilith Commander DLC, which is 15, if you want.
Or you don't. It's also an option.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hold off for now. Thank you very much.
That's fair.
So, Patreon, if you feel like it, link in the description, would appreciate it. Discord, link in the description. We talk about stupid shit, and we have an archive of that stupid conversation with NTR Growlith and Dawn realizing that her ancestor is maybe a doggo.
The part that got me was the conversation went on to water sports of all things.
Thanks for that, Casey. You're the one who mentioned that. I see that.
In fairness, we didn't mention water sports. Wait, did we? I forget how
you
that
did.
went.
According to that screen grab, you're the person who brought it up.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Granted,
I did. Yep.
Not a lot of context, but
I didn't really mean for it to be a whole thing though. That was all Dawn deciding, hey, I don't understand how water sports works. What's the euphemism for water? Okay. Alright.
Water polo, guys. It's just water polo.
Why are you talking about water sports? I like surfing. God damn it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you guys.